All right, introduction. In addition to the general standard, chapter one, which apply with all institutes, the following standards apply with specifically with the doctoral degree programs being applied with the part of the pilot project of the current scope of the regulation. Accreditation Council and Independent Council of Schools approve the use of Department of Education Council of Higher Education concludes the diploma degree program through the master's degree. Therefore, accreditation of the doctoral program by the Accreditation Council and Independent Council of Schools does not make the program eligible for the purpose of participation in federal student aid programs described in Title IV of the HEA. The institution may confirm with only professionally oriented doctoral degrees. Unlike academic doctoral degrees, the preparation of the student with work in academia and research professional doctoral degrees designed to make students experts in the field and workplace with such the outcome of those earning professional doctoral degrees involving the use of knowledge and techniques provide to purposely address problems and opportunities in workplaces include such as the joint JD, EDs, DFAs, DBAs, but does not exclude PhDs. Nature of doctoral education. The awarding of the professional doctoral degree significant the judgment of the faculty. The student has been specialized in practical competency with qualified the recipient opportunity additional responsible to be on with a master's degree. The level of the doctoral degree is professionally orientated must include the following course which heighten the level of professional expertise in the area of the field of study sought, or understanding the appropriate research method relevant to the area of the study that is sought. The goal of the research is to apply the technology knowledge of the concept and new way of the workplace program and provide the student the opportunity to apply the knowledge high level of the issue in the same way he or she might operate at work. Evidence of the coursework enables the graduates to function for the perform in an area of the field of study sought to make the degree to make a doctoral program distinctive of the component that shall be designed to include practical research project disorientation and other required academic activities. Doctoral degree programs are further designed to provide mastery subject to the theory of the methods within specified in the field of the field of study of this program shall have the strategic plan to describe the purpose of the program, provide the guidance in the future for the identify the measure of the youth and define success. 37200 State Authority. The institution must be legally authorized to appropriate state national educational agency where this authority exists to confer with a doctoral degree. Organization administrative committee oversight. The responsibility for developing, modifying, maintaining the doctoral degree shall be carried with a qualified designated committee to include but not restrict to the faculty administrative with minimum process. Doctoral terminal professional degrees related subject area of the program and administration of the doctoral degree shall be responsibility for the qualified individual appropriate administrative of the educational background experience related to the doctoral degree. The qualification must include doctoral terminal professional degrees related to the subject area of the individual should be full-time with adequate safety staff support. The program must require the student to work with a well-qualified credential committee with knowledge and the methods of the research and the subject matter of the area of the appropriate credential and individual expertise in the program area. 37303 Program Advisor Committee. The Program Advisory Committee compromise individuals similar with the accredited doctoral programs represented with the employers that would be hiring the graduates that shall meet with at least annual with the program administrator of the faculty. The committee shall provide the advice, the guidance about the program currency and content with the curriculum, the division, the criteria of exterior ownership, externship, opportunities, membership of the community. Must also provide information regarding the validity, rigor of the program, and the quality of the graduates. 374 on educational activities. Objective of the doctoral degree program to reflect the application institution mission for the constitutes the institution applying for the inclusion of the doctoral degree should demonstrate that the program is the course to serve the appropriate within the mission specific goals. The objective of the doctoral degree shall emphasize the most both mastery subject matter of the understanding of related research and the research methodology of the specific project group. Program groups must be clearly stated. The practical application from the right resource must be emphasized professional doctoral degree. This emphasizes implies the development of the student ability to integrate and apply research to the issue related to the discipline and knowledge base as is used in the industry. 37402 Program Development. Doctoral faculty must be directly involved with the development and modification of doctoral degree program, the policy, the procedure, the curriculum, the flexibility and instruction, approach to the scheduling patterns and curves of the developing initiative of doctoral degrees by serving varying students with their needs, learning objectives to be advanced and provided with the depth of the practical learning of the research. 37403 Education required. The number of the credits required for the doctoral degree should be at least a minimum of 90 semester hours, 135 quarter hours, the equivalent of the coursework beyond with the bachelor's degree, the master's degree in the same field with the study for the institution credit with the agency recognized by the U.S. Department of Education required for the prerequisite with the admission of the doctoral degree program. The number of the credits required for the doctoral program shall be met at the minimum of 54 semester hours, 81 quarter hours, of the equivalent include the credit with the research, the project, the disorientation, and other required academic professional activities. The doctoral degree normally is earned with over 3 to 5 years equivalent full-time student. The limitation of the time of the degree with the partial part-time student is needed to clearly outline statutes. The limitation for the product completion coursework must be clearly discussed and students inclined with the institution catalog as well as enrollment engagement. agreement. For certain professional degrees where instruction differs from the other professional doctoral degree, the required credit hour, the expected time, the degree with it should conform with the typical for that field. Catalog must provide with a detailed explanation of the required course for the program, as well as a description of the required activities research element necessary to complete the program. 37404 Curriculum. The curriculum shall quantify the quality of approximately standard and other institution offering the comparable degrees. Instructional procedures, text materials, technology shall be appropriate for the purpose of the curricular standard collegiated institution. Evidence should provide with the curricular offerings require appropriate research from library resources. The program must be designed for each of the students to accomplish a specified goal with the objective to contribute to the competency subject area of the profession at the advanced level. Such activity requirements must be approved with the designated individual, at least two additional individuals, with respective field to study with appropriate credentials. The research project required with the academic professional activities must be reviewed, evaluated, and accepted for the committee described above. At least one individual of the committee must be from another appropriately accredited institution within the subject area. The programs, when including the following components of credit hours, they shall be part of the total credits required with the program. Completion should be allocated as follows: research project disorientation credit hours shall be not exceed 15 semester hours, 22 quarter hours for the research project. Independent direct study of the credit hours not exceeding 9 semester hours, 14 quarter hours, and most consistent with experience directly relates to the components of the student's program study. The internship of the practicum should be required with the student with no limited experience with the work environment that they're prepared to enter the credit hours not exceeding 6 semester hours, 9 quarter hours. Credit shall not be awarded with work experience that occurred before the student entered the program as part of the current job. 37405 Enrollment must be sufficient to support regularly scheduled conducted class of the course with the doctoral level of the course to be offered shall be based on appropriate prerequisites. 500 faculty preparation institution adequate competent faculty on working on the conditions that concur with the best efforts of each individual in judging competent faculty consideration given to the academic preparation experience for each of the inspector. 37502 the L doctoral degree shall be taught in the faculty proposing the doctoral terminal professional degree related with the course for accredited governmental recognized international institutions. The individuals must demonstrate the expertise of the field of study with the taught, but possess applicable professional experience with participating in the doctoral degree program, maintain career professional certification as the discipline where applicable faculty shall be assigned the term of the major minority of the academic preparation related with the professional experience with the appropriate with the required professional certification. Private practice in field the side of the faculty should be appropriately enrollment in program in the institution demonstrate the faculties are engaged in practical scholarly research and are encouraged to publish in professional journals. 37503 Teaching Load. The teaching load is responsible to justify the factors as the number of the different preparations required, the type of the method, instruction, the type of the class level, instruction, the qualification, instruction, the advising, academic advising committee, the membership of the study, student guidelines assigned by the other administrative research, publication, professional activity, scholarship of the community with the relationship with the responsibility of the instructor. 37504 the portion of faculty employed with a full-time basis with the sufficient to ensure the sound of the direction continuity development in the educational program. The institution shall demonstrate the outcome of the mission for the proportion of full faculty of the faculty array after length of the service of the institution allowing the institution meets to be stated mission. The institution shall promote stability in the faculty, the compensation, fringe benefits, professional growth opportunities, or other incentives. 37600 admission enrollment prerequisite the threshold of the admission for the requirement of the doctoral degree is inappropriate. The bachelor's master's degrees are earned with approximately accredited institutions recognized by the U.S. Department of Education. Specific enrollment agreement that established for the doctoral degree program and evaluation application should be appropriate techniques to evaluate the application to determine whether they have academic qualifications to successfully complete the introductory doctoral level coursework. And international students shall have the English skill with the equivalent and communicate with the faculty, staff, with the other students. For non-speaking student, the TOEFL score of 550 equivalent score and internal national recognized the required to enter the program offered at the U.S. located institution. 37603 transfer the credit. Institution shall make a public policy to transfer the credit, including the student of the criteria established for the institution to determine the made regarding accepting credit with another institution. The prerequisite for the admission of the doctoral program is master degree with the same field of study and earned with the institution credit with the agency recognized by the U.S. Department of Education. Maximum 36 semester hours, 54 quarter hours. The equivalent may be granted with the transfer according to the policy established at the institution. All other cases, no more than 20% of the doctoral degree may be transferred to another institution. Credit shall not be awarded with experiential learning activity. 37604 conforms to the institutional objective. The admission procedure for transfer policy requirements for the graduation shall be consistent with the overall philosophy, mission, and objective of the institution. 3770 library instruction resource technology staff. Professionally trained individuals supervise the management of library instructional resource faculty with the integration of all faith with the institution curricular educational officers, student in their use of professional trained individuals using one of the special quality of the aid in research through over the MLS degree of the equivalent for foreign institutions. One holds the master degree the recommended as appropriate for the position of the government higher educational authority. The institution must provide with the degree of the institution accredited with the agency recognized in the United States Department of Education. If the degree of the institution outside the United States institution must be recognized by the government as an institution higher education or be evaluated as a member of the association internal accredited evaluation evaluators accreditation American Association of the College of Administrative and Administrative Office National Associate Accreditation and Evaluation Services determine the equivalency of the degree of the degrees awarded by the institution in the United States. The Accreditation Council in independent colleges and schools, if unable to determine the qualification, may translate and evaluation transcript of the language other than English. The professional trained individual must participate in documented annual professional growth of activities. This should be professionally trained individual on due to the sufficient hour of the publishing institution commit support the programs to assist students with the library functions and research. The individual should be competent to build the use of aid in the physical computer-based digital online resources. 3702 budget. Annual library budget is appropriated the size and scope of the institution of the programs offered to establish to be centralized with the allocation and expand with the purchase of the book, periodical library equipment, and other resource reference material. 37703, the function, library function shape of the mission educational program of the institution offering doctoral degree program shall be provided access to the substantial differential library resources in terms of the depth and breadth for those required for the master degree program. The student demonstrate with the ability to define problems, activate, access, evaluate, analyze the variety of the resources, use the retrieved information ethically. These resources include biographical, monographical reference, major professional scholarly journals, reference resource methodology, material with information, technology, depth and breadth of the accessible library holdings such as exceeding the requirements of the student, encourage intellectual development of the student, enriching the professional development of the faculty. Appropriate reference resource of the information resource must be made available to enhance, augment, and support circular educational offerings to enhance student learning. The source search should include starting with reading and information technology facilities necessary to enhance effectiveness of the educational program. 37704, youth for accessibility. Faculty are responsible for the inspiring motivation, the directing of the student youth for the library, research of library adequacy, ultimately determine the extent with which the physical and or online full text resources that support all the courses offered by the institution. For library youth to do in the decimal system, this is the library council classification system. Other appropriate system for the classification should be used for the record. The physical online calculation inventory shall be current, accurate, and must be maintained with this to assist staff and faculty evaluating adequacy or utilization of holdings. Physical online full-text library material services must be available at times consistent with the typical student schedule in the day and evening online program. If online computer-based resources are utilized, sufficient number of the terminals, other wireless access should provide the student use of the interlibrary agreements effective the provision such as the use of practical accessibility use may be documented and determine the appropriateness of such agreement. The consideration will give the uniqueness of blending of the library collection provision with the interlibrary loans. The degree of accessibility of the students at a college library must contain the minimum of the core collection of the physical and online reference material appropriate for the offerings of the institution. 37705, holdings. Library support for the academic program and the intellectual cultural development of student, faculty, staff should provide the current and appropriate physical, digital, online, full text for the resource provided for the institution. Breadth of the enrollment. Its educational program shall have the capable of supporting scholarly research at the doctoral level. 37706, acquisition, library acquisition, joint responsibility of faculty, library staff, which with a greater amount of the input emanating from the faculty. 37800, publication. These are separate sections of the institution catalog, description of the doctoral degree programs, requirements, admission, procedure, transfer policy, the graduation requirements, regulation, and course description. Alright, glossary. And that's going to complete today's reading.